So guys, the video got disconnected and I don't think I was able to say it back over the exact way since I was flowing. So this is the second part to that video, right? I was saying that I wasn't necessarily angry at them for calling because I understand it's his job, this is my place of employment, and it's kind of what I'm getting paid for, right? But I was angry because my values were violated. Just like I said, the autonomy, the spaciousness, the trust, and the support completely out the window. That's what made me angry. And that's what made I love those values. I love the freedom of having control over my time, and the freedom of having the space to just be, and the freedom to have the support and not just hear if there's anything needed, let me know. But yet still, when I say what's needed, nothing changes, right? So I enjoy having those things. However, not having them makes me more angry, and not having them inspired me to make a video. So I definitely understand the concept of you will do more out of anger than you will do out of love. So anger is not a bad thing, and when you channel it the right way, it can help you to get to destinations. It can help you to unlock things. Just like me, I've just been on this journey of just trying to figure out why is it that I've had many different experiences and I don't enjoy them. And it's not that I don't like to work, because I really do, and I've always enjoyed working. To my surprise now, where it's just like I'm just tolerating a lot of my experiences just because I have my debt to clear off. And so that's one of the main reasons why for me it's important that I don't have baggage like debt in this example, because I am clearly choosing roles that are just not aligned with my values. I always hear people say, you know, find work that you like, but I never really knew what made me like a work. And if that experience did not happen for me to kind of just start going inward and trying to understand what about it made me hungry, and just thinking back to my previous experience that was literally 5 years ago that I enjoyed, I would have not uncovered exactly what I just shared in terms of what my values are, because I knew how I like to work, but I couldn't pinpoint it to specific things that I'm looking for. And so now, as I've understood this about myself, then I know exactly what I'm leaning towards. So even if there's a job title that sounds fancy and that even fits within the scope of my degrees or within scopes of work that I can do, if the space does not provide support for my values, I'm not going to enjoy the work. And I'm seeing that in action clearer by day. I've had many different roles in many different industries, and if it's not the micromanaging, it's the lack of support, which obviously violates the trust. Which obviously, if there's micromanaging, there's not a lot of autonomy, and one or the other. But that was the only experience that I could think of. Those two experiences, it kind of falls under one. I just put them together. But that was the only experience that I could think that literally captured all elements, and it was not even something that I was looking for. I wasn't qualified in it. I had no experience in it. It was not on my radar until the ex-president brought it to my attention and asked if I was interested. I didn't even know if I was supposed to be interested. I was just like, yeah, sure, let me try it out. Not even realizing that would be an experience that opened my eyes to see that in some seasons of your life, yes, you're probably going to do things that you don't like, but you can literally find work that aligns with you and that you work well in, and that helps you to produce better. Of course, it's not fancy. Like, I was studying accounting and then I was working on a farm. It's not the title, the accountant, the tax, it wasn't any of that title wise, but the experience is something that I felt comfortable. I was excited to go there. I enjoyed my time there. I was not rushing to leave at the end of my day. I was just not rushing to be away. I was okay. I was comfortable there. And even when I was asked to do like different activities, whether that's harvesting or different things like that, I was never opposed to it. It never felt like I was going out of my way. It never felt like, oh, I wasn't getting paid to do that. It didn't feel like any of those things because it really matched up to the values that are important to me. When I didn't even understood what those values were, but I enjoyed the way that the work made me feel. And of course, you're not really just choosing something just based on your feelings, but at the same time, you cannot ignore them because you carry them with you every single day and they tell you something. They're constantly communicating something to you. So that just really helped me to see this is exactly why. I don't know if you're in this season right now where you feel angry at the choices that you made in the past and just what it has created your life to be right now. And it's easy to be angry at everybody, especially everybody that's around us, and sometimes even more towards ourselves. Because just like I said, when I said I felt anger this morning, I wasn't angry at anybody else really but me. Because a part of me is just thinking like, why did I not make better choices so that I was not in this space? But the truth is, at the time when I made those choices, they felt like the best choice given the other options. So I cannot beat myself up to think I could have made better choices when I literally made the best choice that I thought at that moment. And so offering grace to yourself is very important because you're literally trying your best. And at the end of the day, beating yourself up does nobody any good, especially not you, right? And so I know you may be angry. If you resonate with what I'm saying, you may be angry at just overall where your situation is right now. And I get it because, like I said, I am literally just understanding why I just don't thrive in certain places. Like, I am able to do the work on paper, but my productivity is not the best. I am not feeling aligned with the experience. Like, I'm not enjoying it, not even 10%. And it's just draining emotionally and mentally, completely out of my element. Because I also realize about myself, a part of the spaciousness is not constantly being interrupted. It's not constantly having to deal with interacting constantly with people. Of course, in my previous role, I had collaborations and I had engagements, but they were spacious. I knew what was going on. It wasn't just this constant thing throughout my entire day, no having no moment of separation and so forth. And the funny thing